Hi, welcome to Joe's Medicine Tarot. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'd like to take this time to say thank you to the medicine keepers. These are the paying members of this channel. Okay, Creator, please bless the sacred space. Please bless the reading for the air signs. We are doing air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, ooh, the first card came out immediately. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So we're going to start with Gemini, gossip. What's the next one? Oops. 3 cards came out. 2 are face down, but 1 is face up. Samaritan. Oh, a Samaritan. You know, very interesting. They're used to, the way I see things is there's not a lot of good Samaritans anymore. They end up getting crucified. Just because of the way, especially in the West, because of the way our Western culture is. And when they're, but because I think because of COVID and the shutdown and all of the horror and hell that humanity is now, like we're as some of the masters say, we live in the age now of the unthinkable. We live in the age of the unthinkable. So now the Good Samaritans now are, when they're seen, and this is what I'm noticing online, people really appreciate them now. Whereas in the past, they were fucking crucified for helping anyone. A guy helps out a woman and she ends up suing him for fucking sexual harassment or some stupid thing. Or vice versa. A girl helps a guy and he ends up suing her for some stupid thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was ridiculous. Okay, so gossip, Samaritan. Okay. And I read these cards, I read both the light and the dark attributes. I don't take them in reverse. I bring both values to front and center because we have both values in us at all times. Okay. Okay. One more card, please. One more. That's the one. There it is. God. What is this? What is this? Okay. Interesting energy today. Very interesting energy. So gossip, Samaritan, and God, Gemini. What is this? So the light attributes of gossip is the gossip awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So that is like someone telling you, like, I have to tell you something, but don't tell anyone, okay? And you say, okay, but you intend to tell everyone. Do you see what I'm saying? It's few people that can hold something within them and not tell. The shadow attributes of the gossip is thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information. And the shadow attributes is also betraying confidences. So I'm feeling, Gemini, that you've either been somebody that has done this, or maybe both. You've been somebody that's done this, and you've had this done to you. You've betrayed other people's confidences by gossiping, but your confidence was also betrayed by gossiping or by somebody passing on information that they weren't supposed to pass on. Could be specifically about a Samaritan. Maybe you're seen as a Samaritan. Maybe it's someone else who's seen as a Samaritan. For some of you, like I'm feeling a very generous person, whether this is you or somebody else, but very, very generous person. The light attributes of the Samaritan refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And the shadow attributes are exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. So yeah, I'm feeling it's more the light. I mean, sure, sometimes when you feel slighted by somebody and you're like, oh, after all I've done for that person, and that's what? Like, that's how they are? And that can just be because someone's having a bad day and, maybe they just walk past us without saying hello or something like that. When it's got nothing to do with us, it has to do with that person. So I'm feeling like you are somebody that is very, very generous. And I'm feeling this could also be like other people around you that are also incredibly generous with their time, their life, their energy. Maybe you feel like you're a good Samaritan. Maybe you feel like you're a good Samaritan with like others. You've given your time, your life, your energies for other people. And that's the whole point of our life, folks, is to be here for others, is to offer your love, your services, your time, your efforts, your energies for the purposes of others. I'm getting an energy around that, though. There's an energy around that, a very entitled energy. Somebody who thinks like they are is a very entitled, like, ooh, it's kind of tangled up here a little bit, but it feels like, help me be clear, Creator. Yeah, somebody that gave their time, their effort, their love, their life, everything. And yet I'm just seeing the Queen of Cups in reverse. Like, look what I've done for you. Look what I've done for you. Like all of these things. And yet they feel so entitled. It's like what I'm hearing now in response to that is the prayer by Mother Teresa, do it anyway. If people don't honor you, give your time. If people don't thank you, give your time anyway. Give your money. If people don't thank you for your money or honor you, give your money anyway. Serve with your energies. If people don't appreciate that, serve anyway, because at the end of your life, your actions are not about others. They're about you. They're about what you're willing to give, what you're willing to receive, what you're willing to love, what you're willing to hate, what you're willing to, not even hate, it's what you're willing to love, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're willing to be patient for, what you're willing to wait for, what you're willing to endure for. Absolutely. So this could be Gemini, sun sign, moon sign, rising sign. It could also be wherever Gemini is in your birth chart. Okay, when you know where your placements are, this reading will probably make more sense. Okay, and then God. The light attributes of the God is benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and within others. The shadow attributes of the God energy, is despotism and cruelty. Despotism? What the fuck does that mean? Despotism. Despotism. Okay, absolute control. Absolute control. Okay, so God meaning absolute control and cruelty, using power to control people. Okay, I've never heard that before. Despotism. Very interesting language. Okay, and we're going to take a bottom card. What's on the bottom of the deck that supports the entire reading is King. What is this reading today? It is like Someone that is seen or being seen as standing in their power, rising up into their power. Maybe there's people talking about them, Gemini. Maybe this is you talking about somebody else that's rising into their power. Maybe you, Gemini, are rising into your power and people are talking about you. Maybe this is somebody rising into their power with very strong Gemini placements and people are talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever this is. Okay. Can we have some clarification on the gossip, please? On the gossip. So I'm feeling like, yes, you're very, very generous with your time. For some of you, I feel like people mock you. They I think they just don't understand you. I feel like you're somebody that is very complex and you're dealing with people that are really not awake. They're not conscious. They're stuck in old power paradigms and they think that that's the way things are. I guess in some levels they are, but on many levels, if you come into the higher dimensions, they're really not. They're really not, you know. Okay. But you don't know those dimensions unless you've experienced those dimensions, and trying to explain those dimensions to somebody who doesn't know them, it's pretty futile. Okay. All right. Okay, it's like they're asking me to bring this in. Explaining dimensions to someone that's never experienced them is like, I've had dreams where I've dreamed of like the things that were going to happen the next day. But in the dream, it was not from my own perception. It was from a different perspective. I can't explain it. The only way I can explain this is the movie Interstellar. When he enters a black hole and he is looking at his life with his daughter from a totally different perspective that's not his perspective. It's like, and I began to recognize this going, oh my God, I dreamt of this last night, but it looked totally different. Like total, and that's what I mean. Trying to explain something to somebody who's never experienced it, they're not going to it's not going to look the way it's been explained when they experience it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. So whoever I'm talking to, you are very complex. You are very complex. You are very inner also. Even for like, as an air sign, very complex. Clear thinking, but you have a lot of discernment. Very much visionary ideas. You can have very complex visionary ideas. Okay. The gossip, the 10 of Wands. Ooh, some sort of gossip that somebody is very burdened about. They're taking responsibility for it though. They're burdened about their actions. They're burdened. Maybe this is you, a Gemini. Someone though here is very burdened about their actions, about some sort of gossip that they have allowed to either come from themselves or that they have heard maybe about themselves from other people. Maybe it's true gossip, maybe it's not true gossip. Whatever it is, it's burdening someone. Yes, for like almost like a selfish gain. Somebody maybe gossiping that felt cruel and over, like a cruel force, even cruel. Some sort of cruelty, a gossip that they did not think about what they were saying. They didn't think about, like, think about this before you let this leave your lips. Think about if that person hears this or finds out, if whoever you're telling reaches the person you're talking about, This may have irreparable consequences. Just think. Okay, Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, someone is avoiding conflict. There's some sort of avoidance. Fear of change and fear of loss. Like there's been some sort of gossip here. I feel like somebody maybe gossips about others in order to have some sort of control. Like as long as you name everything and highlight everything, maybe you have control over everything. And that's just an illusion. That's not true. The Two of Cups, yes, avoiding, or maybe someone's avoiding you, but some sort of a relationship has ended. There's some sort of a relationship. There's a disunion. A union has been turned upside down. The cups have been poured out. Some sort of broken communication, some sort of tension between you and someone else. Gemini, between you and someone else. Okay, let's see here. 16 minutes in. Okay. Samaritan, what is Samaritan? So some sort of disunion about something. Maybe this is you and somebody else. Maybe it's not. Maybe you're not even related into this, Gemini. Maybe you were watching this happen to people around you. But someone here is a Samaritan. Maybe you feel like a good Samaritan. What I'm blown away about is that God showing up in your reading, or the concept of God. Ouch. The Eight of Swords upright. So there's been a truth spoken, and it has put a conflict into stone. It has made it irreparable. Maybe someone can't tell the truth. Maybe they don't want to tell the truth. Accessing the truth feels like death. And it's interesting because condors are related to vultures. So there's like some sort of spirit of death here that is some sort of a guardian of the dead, guardian of the living, something like that. Very powerful energy. Okay, sorry about that. I had to step away really quick. Okay, so Eight of Swords. So someone's in some sort of an inner prison because of a Samaritan, about a Samaritan, maybe you yourself and your Samaritanism, something, but someone's in an Eight of Swords. They can't tell the truth. They don't want to tell the truth. And their inability to see, a sword's been plunged into a stone here. The sword and the stone, it's like a truth being plunged into the stone. And the element of the earth is holding this. The element of the earth is holding this truth. You know, you are part of the earth. Your body is also part of the earth. So there's an element of truth that has been, that is part of you. But someone can't tell the truth, and it is it is made something that is unresolvable, like permanently. What I'm seeing here is Chiron energy. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron was wounded by an arrow that was dipped in the blood of the Hydra. And when that poison of the blood of the Hydra hits the human body, it creates a festering wound. According to the Greek pantheon, it creates a festering wound that is agonizingly painful and unhealable. Ever, like forever. There is no salves, plants, powders, anything that can heal it. It corresponds to the shaman, to the unhealable wound. So there's been something here, and maybe there's a shaman amidst you. Maybe you're a shaman. But I'm feeling there's some sort of a wounded healer here, a wounded healer, a shaman, some sort of unhealable wound, Chiron energy here that is attached to the Samaritan. And that is what I mean. What did I say about why I've noticed in my life especially when I grew up, the loss of Good Samaritans, because they end up getting crucified. So that's what happened here, is that, they say, and they also say with that, it's some sort of irony that comes in with this, that the spirits are saying the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So that's just like a cliche, sort of like a saying, but in some ways it's true. In some ways it's true, but everything is unfolding according to natural law. So all things are where they are meant to be. The truth is what is. Falsehood is what seems to be, but yet it hasn't manifested yet. But everyone still lives under this seems to be illusion, but it's not happening. That's when it's a bunch of bullshit. But it requires somebody with strong discernment to be able to see that and speak it. See it and speak it and say, I don't think this is the way things are. Okay, the Three of Swords in reverse. So the Eight of Swords, the Three of Swords. So somebody's healing from or learning to live with an unhealable wound. Learning to live like, okay, this just got 100 times more complex. Okay, so what the Creator's asking you here is that whatever Good Samaritan this is, whether you're the Good Samaritan or the other person is the Good Samaritan, that doesn't matter. What matters here is how this energy shifted you, how it changed you, how, oh geez, hold on a second here. The unhealable wound, you're learning to live with an energy. You're learning to live with something that was unresolvable. And what's allowing you to heal here is you're not healing what happened. What happened, we can't change the events that happened to us. We can't undo them. Even someone saying like, oh God, do I have to say that? Okay, they're asking me to bring this in. Even some wounds that are like abuse when you were children, when you were a child, like some sort of like molestation or something like that, that is actually very violent. It's actually it doesn't necessarily have to be physically violent, but the way it feels is like inwardly violent, like catastrophic on the inner, even though you look fine, even though not you, but whatever's happening, the person looks like you're totally fine, but nobody can see the inner fucking hurricane going on the inside of the person, and whether or not they feel safe enough to demonstrate that, to express that. Oftentimes children didn't. Okay, whoa, this reading just got really real. It just got really, like, these readings are real anyway, and I don't know, that's not going to resonate for all of you, obviously, but for someone here, they're asking this energy to come into the reading. So regardless, whatever your unhealable wound is, maybe you felt disrespected, maybe you got humiliated at a family dinner or something. For others of you, it's far more darker and deeper than that. But whatever the unhealable wound is, somebody, a Good Samaritan, is learning to live with it. They're learning to live with Chiron's energy and understanding their calling in it. Understanding, like when, okay, help me say this clearly. When a fundamental human experience such as trust, when a fundamental dimension has been compromised, such as trust, it's like systems, when you are dependent upon a system of power, like your trust. Keep this simple, Creator, keep it simple. When a fundamental experience such as trust has been compromised, has been destroyed, the person cannot trust at the same level ever again. That's been destroyed. That's been destroyed. Yes, it can be rebuilt, but it will never be the same. It will never be the same. So what ends up happening is a person that goes through the catharsis of that follows, that begins to pull the intuitive thread as their trust in the physical world and the people around them unravels, because something fundamentally within them has been destroyed, within their human experience, some sort of interface that lets them connect to the outside world. That interface is called trust, and that trust has been destroyed. So now how do you interact with the outside world? How do you build a bridge to the outside world? You know, bridges are also formed in trust. They're built on trust. And when the trust has been destroyed, you have no more bridge. The strength of your bridge has been compromised. So when this happens, oftentimes a person's bridge will be built to a different dimension. They will not be able to trust in the same capacity. Their trust will be, it's almost like you kind of realize, okay, whoa, okay. So this kind of a wound is kind of like an initiation, because the masters, when you look at masters, people that are very awake, they are like a guru. Many times gurus are not married, they're not in relationship, they are single, because when you get to life at that height, very few are married, very few. I'm not saying all gurus are not married, but very few are married, because that guru obviously has found a mate that can match them and that can grow together. A guru, a mate that is their own guru. Do you know what I'm saying? And both are sort of earthly gurus growing together in the same marriage. You know, like it's very, very independent people. But oftentimes what ends up happening is the gurus at that level, their paradigms have been shattered. Their paradigms, they've either been shattered by experience, or they've been shattered by the guru's own expanding beyond them. Do you see what I'm saying? So that an institution like marriage is now an illusion. It is not true for the guru, for a specific guru that even the gurus that are married or in union it's not like a marriage. It's like a temple agreement. They're both very sovereign people. They have a very different kind of a relationship. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say here, is that your trust enters into a different dimension. You trust at a different level. You can't trust in the same way. Like I said, this is why people of higher stature, they've either had dimensions in themselves that have been shattered by experience, by somebody else, and their experience of certain dimensions being shattered through some sort of horrific experience, or the person has grown so much that they have expanded beyond the parameters of that experience. And when either way, whether this is you've reached this level of clarity through destruction or just through clarity itself and your own expansion, you're learning to live with something that's happened to you, and you're learning to see how a certain unhealable wound, why this is in your life, and how it's almost like, oh geez, oh my God, this reading's gonna make me cry. I don't want to cry, Creator. I feel like God chose somebody. You were chosen before you were born. You were chosen. You chose this path before you were born. Let me make that clear. When the internet talks about someone who's chosen, it's like people often interpret it, or even it's even explained as if the person has no say in it. You fucking well absolutely do. Okay, like you absolutely do. Like it's you have to agree and move toward it also too. Sometimes I've seen people sabotage themselves out of beautiful things. I've seen people break contracts, beautiful contracts that were like the best thing that ever happened to somebody, and they fucked it right up. Irreparable, and they never recovered. Okay, like don't kid me. When I talk about anti-you, I'm not fucking kidding. Okay? I'm not joking around. These are dimensions of the human psyche that has its own intelligence. Okay. Okay, let's keep going here. So you're learning to live with a certain wound, a certain unhealable wound, and you're starting to see how that wound, why that's here. Yes, the Ace of Wands, and it's giving it's giving someone new life, new force, a new relationship, and that's what I mean, a higher dimension. Some sort of paradigm has been shattered into like a million pieces, and somebody cannot go back, but they're seeing a way forward. They have gone through the wound. They've gone through the catharsis. They've gone through the screaming and the crying, the therapy, the years of angst and uncertainty and anxiety and depression. They've gone through these things, but they did not form bonds with depression. They did not become bonded with depression. See, some people all of a sudden will put on the garment of depression, and that's kind of, it becomes an identity. Whoever this was too aware. They were too aware to settle into that identity. They knew they couldn't turn off their awareness. They couldn't turn it off. So I feel like this person struggled with who they were. They were like, for fuck's sakes, why am I so fucking aware? Why can't I be like everybody else and just be dug into a paradigm and not be conscious of it? Just be happily asleep like everyone else, And that's what I'm feeling like, is this person. But you came in this way. You came in this way. Whoever you are, you've earned this right. You've earned this position. You have earned it. Okay. What is God? What is God? What is God? Yes, I feel like you are a light. You are a light worker. You bring a lot of light into the dark. You've had a lot of opposition. A lot of opposition. I feel like many people are very jealous of you. Many people resent you, resent your very existence, because it threatens their paradigm. They think they know how it all is until you come along and kind of reveal a truth that someone dreads, like, oh my God, you mean there's more? You mean the Bible's true? Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go, man. The King of Swords and the Star. Yes, okay. Whoever you are, you know how to compartmentalize yourself. You know how to, you follow your heart, but you take your brain with you. You don't let your heart rule the show. Yes, your heart gets a vote, but it doesn't get to rule the show. There must be balance. You have to have balance. So I'm feeling you're very balanced here. Plus, I'm feeling like the star here, Aquarius energy. Gemini, like you have some sort of connection, whoever you are, whether you are a sun sign, moon sign, or this is a Gemini, this reading corresponds to a certain area of your chart. You have connection to a lot of healing. For some of you, this is going to be for one person probably, because this knowledge I'm about to bring into the reading is not known by the masses, especially by the mainstream. But you have connection to stellar. You have connection to star magic. And I'm not talking about just astrology. Okay, I'm talking about star magic. You've actually done actual magic with stars. So this is, and I resonate with this. I understand this, and this is not well known. This will be a handful of people on the planet that know this. Okay, so whoever this is, you are. I mean, it could be talking about me. It could be, but I don't feel it's me. I don't feel it's just me. Or you have somebody that wants to, maybe it's part of their unfolding, it's part of their knowledge, it's part of their unfolding, it's part of their path, why they are here, some sort of healing that brings you into temperance, and like you're being called by God, being called to heal and to temper yourself, be putting through the fire. God is activated. I mean, who do you think wrote the Bible? People, early men wrote the Bible that were inspired. Like Leonard Cohen speaks in the song Hallelujah. He says, and the baffled king wrote Hallelujah. Like the king was baffled with a higher dimensional knowledge that he really had no language for except to write poetry, because that's the birth of symbolism. Symbolism is alive because it transcends time. It's not, if we're going to say like, okay, this is like an actual thing and this is what it is, okay, then that's what it is. That's what it is relative to its time. But when it's symbolism is not a thing. It's an idea. It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of technology that transcends time. It is timeless. It's why all the ancient texts are written in symbolism. Because truth can't be nailed down to a certain time. It is true always. It's true always. Like it's true in all ages. It'll just come in a different form. It'll just come in a different way. Okay. Oh, this reading got super deep. Okay, we're going to bring in a demonic. Please, the lower dimensional knowledge, please. So there's some sort of temperance here. You're being tempered. Healing your relationship, maybe to, if this is you, Gemini, that is the Good Samaritan with the unhealable wound. You're realizing why you have to walk with this. You're maybe not necessarily realizing why, but you're learning to accept what's happened to you. You're learning to accept what's happened to you. So you're not really growing in spite of it because it's always there. You're growing through it. Even though it doesn't feel like it, you're healing. You're not talking about the thing. You're not ruminating on the thing. You're just living your life aware that it is there. There are people that have things happen to them that they deny this even happened. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that you are aware of what's happened to you. You're aware of it all the way through. Maybe sometimes you talk about it, maybe sometimes you don't. Either way. There it is. All right. Ooh, Vepar. Okay, number 42. And an angelic creator and an angelic. An angelic, please. Whoa, no, just one, please. There it is. Aladaya. Aladaya. The favorable God, and this corresponds to the Six of Pentacles. This is divine grace, cures rage and pestilence, absolves the guilty. Interesting. So I'm feeling like maybe you've been part of someone else's unhealable wound. Maybe someone has given you an unhealable wound. Something, but there is guilt that is being absolved. There is some sort of an acceptance here. Some sort of acceptance. Healing. God is present. Whoever you are, I'm feeling like you are coming more into the acceptance of, maybe you're not calling it God, maybe it's some sort of an intelligence. Maybe you're having an experience of this intelligence, Gemini. But whatever this is, it's helping you find balance. It's helping you find clarity and balance within yourself, within your communication, maturing in a balance, having a very mature sense of balance. Yes, and also like controlled but determined, like and very disciplined. Very, very disciplined, and having a connection to truth. Understanding there's my truth, then there's your truth, and then there is truth that is not that is independent of both of us. Like the sun comes up every day, that doesn't depend on us. That's a truth. That's an independent truth. That's not relative to either of us, other than the fact that we can see it, you know, or feel the sun's heat. Okay. Yeah, you're coming into healing and to temperance. So a lot of balance here. And this is King energy. The light attributes of the King is enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. The shadow attributes of the King is excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. So I'm feeling, Gemini, that's what's being tempered. Like you're coming into an expression, an experience of your life where you're experiencing a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of clarity, and a higher level of balance. And that's what I mean. You're very awake. You're very aware. Like I said, the gurus that are awake and aware are often not in a marriage. They're often single. Why? Because you realize once you are expand beyond a certain dimension of experience and perception, you can see the people in that dimension that have not yet awakened out of it. They still are under the power of the illusion. And you're above it, and you can't tell them. You can't tell them because they can't hear you. They're in like they're under the illusion where you are out of it. I don't know how to explain it. You have to know this experience and know this dimension in order to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's Vepar. Number 42, Vepar. Okay, the emotional purifier. That's what this lower dimensional energy has come into your life. It is an emotional purifier. The truth revealed through feeling. So yes, you cannot get, as Carl Jung made very clear, you cannot get to God or to truth without emotions, without feeling joy, wonder, awe. awe, to have a sense of awe. And that's what I'm feeling you are coming into, Gemini, is a sense of awe. I feel like there's been formerly possibly a resistance to any kind of awe, like you have your heart almost like was like turned to stone formerly, but whatever's happened here has like broken you open. Some sort of burden, and you're taking responsibility. Some sort of transformation here has broken you open to the possibility of understanding a greater intelligence at work behind the scenes of your life. Okay, the emotional, how this energy Vepar, this lower dimensional knowledge, how it sabotages you is through emotional flooding or suppressing of your emotions or numbing them. So either overwhelming everything with them, or it's either feast or famine, overwhelming yourself with your emotion or not feeling at all. It's either feast or famine. You know, that's what they say with the Tibetan Book of the Dead. There's two realms of hell. There's one realm that is incredibly hot, full of fire and lava and hot heat, eternal burning. Then there is an ice cold hell realm. And they're both kind of one and the same. One is so cold that it burns, and one is so hot that it burns. Either way, it's like a kind of burning inside the body, in the soul. Because hell is not a geographical place, it is a state of mind. Okay, emotional power trained, emotional literacy. So once the sovereign power of this lower dimensional energy, once you rein it in and begin to unpack it and develop a relationship with this part of yourself, this will give you emotional literacy and flow. So this will give you emotional intelligence because you know yourself. Okay, that's what these low, like I'm seeing now some readers are beginning to unpack lower dimensional cards that never used to be in tarot. I've never seen readers do that. And when they did, people would, oh, it's demonic, it's of the devil. Like seriously, I'm totally serious. People would freak right out. Well, I'm feeling like the tarot community and the rest of the world is now expanding. This energy wants to come on because it's time for us to take fucking responsibility for these dimensions in us. No more like, oh, the fucking devil made me do it. Like, oh, that's clever. Then you don't have any responsibility in this matter at all because some other force came into you and possessed you and made you do it. No, that's not good enough. That doesn't work anymore. It's time to take responsibility. Okay, so that's what this is. Okay, so yeah, so the entanglement points are suppressed emotion, unexpressed grief, silenced feeling, like the feeling of being silenced, and emotional illiteracy. So not having the lacking emotional intelligence. Okay, the symbolic initiation of this energy in your life, the lower dimensional energy within this reading, within this experience, with the Good Samaritan and God, the lower dimensional energy of this experience is letting how it's initiating you into further dimensions of yourself, is letting emotions move without drowning in it. Yeah, so you staying aware. Don't go to sleep in it. Stay aware. Keep your head above the water, but be aware of the water. You got to keep it together. You got to stay conscious over here and over there, up here and down there. You got to keep it together. Stay aware. And what I was just saying about more tarot readers that are starting to bring the lower dimensional cards on, you got to know yourself, because if you're going to speak of these dimensions, the universe will require this energy to touch you. You will be required to be touched by it, or you will be required to see how this energy has been touching you. Some people are not aware of this energy. It's been there the whole time. They're just not aware of it. That's a whole other ball of wax and unfolding. It's an unfolding that will turn your life upside down. Everything that looks one way will all of a sudden now look totally different. So this is, if you have a shamanic calling, if you are a true shaman and have a shamanic calling, you will go through this. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay. This card corresponds to the Queen of Cups. What did I say? The Queen of Cups in reverse. Well, this is sort of the Queen of Cups, but in a demonic form, about feeling like a martyr, feeling unheard, misunderstood, feeling insecure because no one understands you, no one gets you. What did I say? Queen of Cups, but in the darker form. This card corresponds to the Queen of Cups exactly. The mantra of this lower dimensional energy, once you climb into it and develop a relationship with it, the mantra that will help you connect to this energy within you is to acknowledge that, is to say, I let emotion move through me. So someone is afraid of feeling. They're afraid of their emotions. Okay, so a force within you brings emotional truth forward and asks for expression rather than suppression. Oh, that is intense. Okay, and Aladaya, I'm putting together a new correspondence for the angelic. This is beautiful because I've got this. Okay, Aladaya. So this is lunar. This is ruled by the moon, Jupiterian restoration. So some sort of Jupiter and lunar correspondence with Aladaya card. This is the adorning god, the favorable god. Okay, so this corresponds to the star, as we said, to the star. So interesting, the star and the star under God. This corresponds to the star and the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a restoration of your legacy. You have shamanic legacy. You have and this was your initiation into it, is through an unhealable wound. An unhealable wound, and I'm feeling that's what you're resisting, the feeling of with this lower dimensional energy is the initiation through an unhealable wound, Gemini. Very interesting. This is the grace of return, of your return to yourself after being cast out of yourself because of something that happened to you that was so horrific that it would take you many, many years to live with it, to learn, to acknowledge it, and live with this experience that has happened to you. Okay, so this angelic card is about restoring harmony after moral or spiritual error. Because the card is, okay. This also governs mercy following accountability. So I feel like showing up and being accountable about how maybe you've been involved in some sort of moral error. I feel like the Creator is protecting you, like as you, the great mystery, God, whatever, is protecting you as you come clean about something. There's no like judgment here because you tell the truth. That's fucking shitty parenting. Some parents who spank the shit out of their kids for fucking telling the truth. That's bullshit. And that'll make your kids fear the truth and hate the truth. Okay? So I'm just saying. Okay? But we all gonna make our own mistakes as parents. Okay, supports rehabilitation and reintegration. So this is some sort of a rehabilitation of you learning how to walk with this wound, learning how to walk. I don't feel like you're walking with a limp. I don't feel like your walk is, and I'm not talking about your actual gait. I'm talking about your spiritual walk, how you carry yourself, how you hold yourself, how your countenance. I'm talking about the health of your countenance. Okay, these are higher dimensional expressions. Okay, teaches growth. This angelic energy teaches growth through humility and heals breaches of trust and order. So what did we talk about at the start of this reading is when trust has been destroyed. So this card helps heals breaches in trust and order. Some sort of order of the soul. An order of the soul. Holy smoke. That's intense. That's intense. Okay, so the shadow teaching is grace rejected becomes self-punishment. So when you've rejected grace, I feel like somebody has rejected grace that came to cover them, because they weren't ready to see. They weren't ready to see either what's happened to them or maybe what you were participating in with something or some sort of a moral error. The initiatory teaching is Aladaya appears when the soul must repair rather than escape. This angel teaches that restoration is possible when responsibility is taken fully. Aladaya initiates the return to integrity after the ascent. So somebody is returning to their integrity. And you are protected. You are returning to your integrity. You have descended into the dark realm like a keeper current going to the bottom of the river to meet with Pluto. This is all symbolic. This is also very inescapably personal. I can talk about this process and turn it into a peanut butter sandwich, but I'm fucking telling you, it is not a peanut butter sandwich. This is a process that will break you open. Okay? Okay, to yourself. Okay, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here. I did not expect this to be an hour. I was only expecting this to be a 20-minute reading, and the creator had other ideas. Alrighty, Gemini, this is your reading. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading, and we will continue on with Libra. Alrighty. All right. Bye. Hello, Libra. Welcome to your reading. Alrighty, Libra, let us begin. Creator, great mystery, ancestors of Libra, please bless Libra's reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom of the highest realms and the lowest realms. Okay, yeah, Gemini's reading was intense. It was long. I don't plan for them to be an hour. I try to make them where they're not an hour for your time, your sake, and mine. But sometimes the creator has other ideas. Sometimes the energies and the great mystery of how it all is sees it very differently. Okay, here we go, man. Here we go. Please bring in the messages for Libra. Please bring in the messages for Libra. First two cards, I don't take these in reverse. Oh, what the hell is this, Libra? Okay, the first card out is the Vampire. The light attributes makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. The shadow attributes of the Vampire is depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. So maybe this is you, or maybe it's someone else in your life. Maybe has dependency upon you, or maybe they're in a relationship of codependency that you are observing. Maybe they see you as an avenger. Maybe you are a kind of avenger. Libra, it's true because Libra is the scales and is about balance and justice. God is law. It's not some bearded being in the sky. It's law. If you drop something from a high place, it's going to fall. That's not because you're being punished by God. It's because it's the law of gravity. God is law. It's laws. All God is a series of laws, intricate laws that really don't have anything to do with us. Like the sun coming up every day, that's a law. That's not dependent on me or you or anybody, right? So here we go. Okay, one more card, please. So some sort of an avenger. The light attributes of the avenger is desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or of oneself. The shadow attributes is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Right, so an avenger. And sometimes you have to. Sometimes look at security guards and police and, you know, things like that. They have to. Sometimes you have to. There is no, and that's what I love about the demonic energies is these are all in us. And when we can understand where these energies exist in our lives, how they are serving us and the world, and when we can consciously employ them to do good. You know, I believe a police officer has to resort to violence in order to protect other people, you know, or a security guard has to maybe tackle somebody that's kind of an act of violence, but has to tackle somebody that's trying to hurt someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like there's sometimes, that's what I'm seeing is you're seen as kind of an avenger of energies. You're like a judge. You're like the creator's judge or the universe's judge or just your own judge. Okay. Goddess. Oh, interesting. So this could be you or it could be talking about somebody else. The light attributes of the goddess is the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. The shadow attributes of the goddess is exploitation of the female nature and form. Yes, I feel like for some of you, you've protected this aspect of a woman, maybe even of your own feminine side, whether you're a woman or a man. You've protected this dimension within yourself. You have, whether or not you are consciously connected to the side of yourself or not, I feel like you are very motivated and standing on justice and wanting to balance the scales of injustice. And I feel like it's been for some of you, you've worked around women or worked with women, maybe women in your family, maybe women in your life of somehow, but you've protected them. You were like a protector and still are in many ways, very much a protective energy, a protector. But yes, okay. And what's on the bottom of the deck? The networker. So the light attributes of the networker is enhances unity through sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. The shadow attributes conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. So I feel like Gemini, we have the capacity for both in us at all times, at every moment. Come on now. So yeah, I feel like you're being inspired in new ways. Unity through the sharing of information, engender social awareness and empathy. Yes, I feel like that's more of it, is engendering social awareness and empathy. Like, I feel like you're very much a protector, but you're very, very, for many of you, you're very gentle. There's a gentleness about you also too. You're not a violent person. You're very compassionate, like they're saying like even like a gentle giant. You're being seen like you have big energy, whether you're whether you're a bigger person like a football player or not, or maybe you're a smaller person. Either way, I'm getting big energy. You have big energy. You're an expanded person. That's what I'm feeling, is you're very expanded. And this is why you're coming into some sort of networking energy, or this is just a new dimension that you are now experiencing, coming more out of your shell, coming more into your confidence, coming more into trusting yourself, trusting your capacities. So beautiful. So yeah, so just maybe this is a way of your life, some sort of vampiring within yourself that is draining your own life force, and you are expanding out of it. You're expanding beyond the parameters of it. And Avenger. Okay, well, let's first start with vampire. What is vampire? Can we have some clarification for vampire, please? What is vampire? What is this, creator? Oh, an energy, a card fell into the garbage, and it is Ace of Cups. So I'm feeling like somebody could have felt like you threw them away, or maybe you feel like someone threw you away. But either way, there was a cup that was empty that is now getting refilled, that has been refilled. I'm feeling like, oh, interesting. They're showing me you pouring out the cups of the expectation of the tribal mind, some sort of a tribal mind around you, whether this is family, societal, social, whatever it is. You've poured a cup out, and now there is now the universe is pouring in new life into your cup, into your being, into your vessel, into your psychology. Two more, please, creator. Two more, please. Two more. The top two. Okay. Okay, so the Lovers in reverse. Vampire. So this is the feminine in nature, the feminine masculine aspect of you. Of some, and I'm getting this is more of the vampire energy is the feminine aspect of you is the part of you that is the part of the soul, the part of the human being, whether you're a man or a woman. The feminine aspect is the part of us that can be entered. It can be entered from an idea, from a vision, from a dream, from a motivation, a new agenda, a new idea comes forth, a new mission. You want to go on a new mission. You want to do something new. That comes in through the feminine aspect. The feminine aspect is what holds the womb. So some sort of new vision, new idea, new motivation, new essence, new wind. I'm hearing new wind has entered your womb, the womb of your soul. Okay. And the Lovers in reverse, like it's some sorts of, I don't feel like, maybe you feel like you failed to meet the test of some kind, or maybe this is because this is in the past energy. The vampire is the past energy. So you emptied out an energy of your life and new life was poured in, but you were having an issue meeting that new energy. You weren't quite ready for that yet, but I'm feeling like that was how it was supposed to be. That's not a mistake. That's not anything on your part. I'm feeling because everything is, the truth is what is. So if you were having an issue meeting this new life, then that's what is. The truth is what is. The universe knows what it's doing. The universe knows what it's doing. So does your higher soul. Your higher soul knows what it's doing. Your higher soul knows how to talk to you more than anyone else. So you got to learn to trust the little messages throughout the day. It's almost like I heard an elder once talk about finding the theme of your life. If you want to know the purpose of your life, find the theme of your life. It's like when you're watching a movie and you can extract the theme. What is the theme of the movie? Is the theme about war? Is the theme about love? Is the theme about charity? Is it about connection, compassion? What is the theme about? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting is that there, and okay, so the feminine aspect is your capacity to be impregnated within the womb of you, and the masculine aspect of you is the part of you that has the capacity to begin to fulfill it. Take the outward actions and outward steps to fulfill it. Maybe you got to go to school. Maybe you got to get a job, like a different job. Maybe you have to learn different skills. You know, you gotta pick up a different role, series of roles you have to enact in order to fulfill the feminine what is being birthed within the feminine womb within you, within your soul. When this is in reverse, it was like you were not ready yet to fulfill this. I feel like you were pregnant. You were pregnant in your soul. There was some sort of soul stirring going on, whether this was a butter anointing or a jello anointing. It was like, I feel like it was more of a butter anointing, because I'm feeling this is long standing. This was long standing. There was a lower dimensional energy that was draining you. But I'm feeling like you had a contract with this energy to understand your own life force, to have a connection and understanding of your own life force, and to discern it, to become aware of it, to develop the will to protect it, develop the will of self-love, your attention, your capacity turning towards yourself. I'm also feeling that whatever was draining you was also connected to the outside of you. It was either something connected to family, but some sort of a tribal mind, tribal mentality, tribal belief system that oh God, that you were hemorrhaging power. It was draining your life force because you were hemorrhaging power, because there was some sort of a tribal belief that went against your values. And I feel like it really wounded you. I feel like it really was compromising to you. Yes, absolutely. But you carried this. You carried this. A new force entered into your life. And activated the lover energy. Even though it's still in reverse, it's still activated. It's still like in its awakening in inception phase. But this allows you, brings you, it's like a turning of a season. Yes, this is the turning of a season of hemorrhaging power. And this was the turning of a season when you can reconcile with yourself. You can begin to reconcile with yourself, and it's taken time. The truth is what is. Falsehood is what seems to be, and many people we all beat the shit out of ourselves when we don't see what is true, and we're connecting to what seems to be true. Like, well, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something else over there rather than where I am right here, and then you go into some sort of angst and self-deprecation because of some bullshit. We have to see what is and accept what is, or don't accept what is, or accept what is, and if you're not happy with it, take the steps to change it. Or if you are happy with it, take the steps to nurture it. Okay, that's what this is. But denying what is will not bring you to what you want. You can't heal something that you cannot accept about yourself, about your life, about someone else, whatever it is. And it's not, some sort of angst within yourself, about your life, or about someone else. You can't heal that if you don't accept it. So I'm feeling like you've been accepting it, whatever it is, and it is initiated the turning of a season, the turning of a dark season. The vampire archetype of the vampire is the undead that lives in the underworld. So this, oh my God, you have badger medicine. Because if you were living in this vampire energy, you were living, something in the underworld was sustaining you. Therefore, you have badger medicine. You are a healer. You are a healer. I don't feel like you're a kind of healer that lays hands on people. I feel like you're the kind of healer like the social awareness, like engender social awareness and empathy. I feel like you have incredible empathy, and that's what you have learned in the underworld. Oh God, this makes me want to cry. Holy smoke. Libra. Powerful energy, powerful energy. Okay, what is the Avenger? What is the Avenger? The Avenger, the Avenger. What is the Avenger? What is the Avenger? What is the Avenger? Yeah, so you yes, whatever this energy, you making peace with yourself is what is bringing you onto a new path of a destiny, some sort of desire to balance the scales of justice. So I don't feel like you're going out there like the Punisher, you know, like beating up all the bad guys. But I feel like whatever you're doing, you're first aligning your inner, and aligning your inner is what is what nurtures your legacy. The spiral. This is High Priestess energy. When you put two opposites together, that the High Priestess stands between the white leg and the black leg, the two pillars. These are the legs of the mother, according to King Solomon. These are the legs of wisdom. The wisdom of two opposites, holding the tension of two opposites without collapsing the paradigm. That is High Priestess energy. You have connected yourself into High Priestess energy, and it is bringing you on to a restoring your legacy. This is the restoration of your legacy, restoring your legacy. Holy smoke. Can we have two more cards, please, for Avenger? Two more cards, please, for the Avenger. Oh, High Priestess energy. There it is, right there. She shows up. So High Priestess energy, when it's in reverse, it's often about, you know, when we heal the world, you know, it's like Lao Tzu said, don't take charge in a bunch of petitions to change the world. He said, if you really want to change the world, the greatest gift you can offer is that of your own transformation. So that's what I'm feeling, as you are in the process now of being aware of the things that have held you back, aware of the things that your belief systems, the things that you bought into, or just habits you have developed or maybe nurtured in your life that help to keep you safe when you were in this energy, aren't going to work in this energy, and you're aware of it. You're aware of it. You're very wise. You were governed by an internal guidance system, and you're very wise. It's time is not the issue. Time is not right now anyway. It's not the issue. So yeah, finding out, seeing, being honest with yourself about where you've been ignorant on your own path, about you, about what's true for you, maybe your lack of understanding about certain dimensions of yourself, maybe certain dimensions of your life, things that you weren't ready to face into back here, you are now ready to face into here. And you are seeing yourself, like I say in all the readings, when we first meet ourselves, when we are coming home to ourselves, we will often first encounter, you know, it's going to be very, like there's a lot of light and a lot of joy, but oftentimes we first encounter our shadow. We get glimpses of our soul. We get glimpses of our own inner light, and it's like a homecoming. It's like finally not squeezing our eyes closed to ourselves anymore. We get some sort of a quickening experience as we know we are returning to ourselves. But oftentimes we're going to be met with our own shadow, which means we're going to be met with our own guardians, our guardians that kept that light safe. And the guardians will be steeped in shadow. They're there to protect you. They're there to scare away the rest of the world. Like, rah, get the fuck away from me. Like very menacing even. Some of our guardians can be very, very menacing. And it's not because you're a menacing person. It's that you are protecting your life force with a menacing force. Like, you're not fucking around. You're not fucking around. So that's what I mean. You are meeting your shadow self and you're unpacking it. You're getting to know it. You're getting to know how it served you. And we never leave. That's High Priestess energy, baby. The light and the dark. And how they serve you. And we are always going to be worked on by the lower dimensions. That's just the way it is. In order to be a whole human being, that's the way we are. We are not perfect. We're imperfect beings. And I'm feeling like you're getting to know who you are, and that you are perfectly imperfect, and it works for you. It serves your life as it is meant to. And yes, you are healing. It is bringing you into the healing of your wounds, of many of your primary, largest wounds that have affected you the greatest, have affected you in the greatest way. Okay, what is Goddess? What is Goddess? So this Avenger, you are maybe avenging yourself. I feel like you're avenging yourself through rising to certain challenges that you wouldn't have. You are, resurrecting. They're saying resurrecting aspects of yourself. That I'm feeling like this vampire energy in your life, or the realm, the dark underworld realm, shrouded. And now you are developing the language of who you are and healing your angst with yourself, with your life, breath by breath, moment by moment. Okay. What is the Goddess? What is the Goddess, Creator? What is the Goddess? Please bring clarification for the Goddess now. What is the Goddess, Creator? What is the Goddess, Great Mystery? Ancestors, High Spirit, Higher Soul of Libra. What is the Goddess? What is the Goddess? Bring the Goddess. Bring in the Goddess. Bring in the Goddess. Bring in the Goddess. Higher Soul of Libra. Bring in the Goddess. Page of Wands. Nope, just one, please. Or just two more, please. Oh, there they are. Oh, okay, there's a whole bunch here. Which one's the top two? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so there's a Page of Wands here. The Goddess part of you, this is the part of you from the feminine aspect of you that is impregnated by new vision. Maybe this could be a woman in your life, maybe like a mother in your life, some sort of a woman in your life, or your own feminine nature. I feel like people thought you were procrastinating. Maybe even you yourself thought you were procrastinating toward this new legacy that you're bringing in, but you weren't. You were working on divine timing. You were working in divine timing. All things are divine timing. We can feel the incredible weight. It's like trying to pull a boulder. That's what procrastination feels like when we do enter into sort of self-sabotage. That's what this could have been too. Let's make room for that too. But whatever happened, you became aware. So something turned on the light and you became aware. You rose up and answered something within yourself. You are rising up and answering something within yourself, or you will, and it is going to bring you a great sense of justice. Whether this was intentional self-procrastination or not, it was like, how do I say this? You were feeling the way forward, but there was still like a hand saying, wait, stop, wait, just wait. And you're like, wait for what? And it's like, just wait. Can you listen? And just listen and obey an inner voice instruction from yourself, even if it doesn't make sense. Okay? But there is an energy coming towards you that is going to bring you a lot of justice. And it's going to let you walk away. It is going to let you move away from something that kept you maybe cut off from your, it's going to let you walk away from something. And I don't feel like, I feel like it's going to connect you very much to your root system, your ancestry. You're going to be carried by your ancestry. And I'm feeling that's what the goddess is. It's some sort of a goddess. I see like a great goddess around you, shrouding you. Something very, very feminine, very powerful energy, like Gaia, like, but I'm feeling it is going to pull you forward. You are going to be gravitated toward this, and I feel like this goddess is part of your ancestry, I don't feel like it's a person. I feel like it's a way of expression, mysterious, very mysterious within you. It's the feminine aspect of you. It's the feminine aspect of you, of who you are. Okay, and it is going to bring you into the networker, and that's why this is coming into your life, because you're going to be entering into a more social aspect of your life. Your life is about to change, Libra. They're saying the winds of change. Your life is about to change. And you've been complicit to this. You've been participatory in this. Absolutely. But you're going to see a response in your physical life. The life itself is going to be responding to you in ways like new experiences you've never had before. Something like this. Okay, what is a lower dimensional knowledge with this reading, creator? The lower dimensional knowledge. The lower dimensional knowledge with Libra's energy. A lower dimensional. Yes, and this is also going to help you leave behind a dilemma. Some sort of a dilemma, something that was unresolvable. It is going to let you have a sense of justice and walk away from something that, is this it? Yes. No, it's not. There's, which one? There's two cards here, one on the bottom, okay? Okay, one on the bottom. Here we are. This is number 46. This is Bifrons. Look at this art. I love the art of these cards. They are incredible. Okay, just a minute here. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, okay, Bifron, and an angelic, please. A higher dimensional energy. Oops. A higher dimensional energy with this reading, please, creator. A higher dimensional energy. What? Why are all these cards turned over like that? Okay. A higher dimensional energy, please, creator. Great mystery. What is the higher dimensional energy for Libra? There it is. Ha'aya. Ha'aya. There we go. Okay, Ha'aya. Ha'aya is number 26. Yeah. Number 26, it corresponds to the Five of Wands, which is in the tarot, that's conflict. But in this card, this is God listening in concealment. And politics and ambition. This card corresponds, this angel corresponds to politics and ambition. Wins judgment and protects all those who seek the truth. Yes, and that's what I feel, Libra, is that you have been doing some deep soul work here. This is soul work, Libra. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, number 46 with Bifron. Number 46. Bifrons. Okay, so this lower dimensional energy is come into your life. It is the archivist of the dead. This is memory, history, and what must be properly laid to rest. The shadow saboteur of this energy, how it sabotages is it forces you to live in the past under the pain of unresolved grief and fixation on what has ended. So it doesn't allow you to let go. It doesn't allow you to move on. Once you rein this energy into your life and have a conversation with it and develop a relationship with it, this lower dimensional energy will help you in honoring memory without being bound by it. This also, the entanglement points are unfinished mourning, the lingering emotional attachments, unburied stories and silenced dead, and unresolved historical trauma. So there is grief I feel in you, or maybe someone else who is attached to you, who maybe it is some kind of a goddess in your life or something, but some sort of grief that has never been expressed to you or that you have heard. Maybe this is your own expression. This lower dimensional energy, its symbolic initiation is allowing memory, letting memory become wisdom instead of weight. So that's what I mean. I feel like you carry a lot of very dense lead from this past energy here, from when you were in. This lead is what insulated you when you were in the underworld. And that makes perfect sense. It was impenetrable, something very impenetrable. But this energy now has to now transcend, because where you're going in your life, this energy will not support where you're going and how you are growing and expanding and changing now. So, okay, so this lower dimensional energy corresponds to the Six of Cups, which is feeling healing, familiar memories, family, past, things like with family memories. It corresponds to Saturn. Very interesting. This is your own authority. I'm wondering if you're going through like a solar return, or this year you're going to have a solar return. But Saturn works with authority. So the root word of Saturn is author. So I'm feeling like you are becoming the author of your life, not your past, not your history, not your trauma, but you. You are coming into the place where you see where you have choice, where you are choosing. You are the empire of your soul. Okay, the mantra of this lower dimensional energy is, I honor the past and live forward. A force within you brings the past forward so it may be acknowledged, integrated, and released. Beautiful. All right. And this angel energy, this is number 26. Where's my book? Number 26. Okay, Ha'aya. This is dominion. Whoa, dominion. This corresponds to Psalm 119, verse 145. I cried with my whole heart, hear me, O Lord, I will keep my statutes. Ha'aya serves to win judgments and to render judges favorable. So I'm feeling you like you have the judge archetype, and that this higher dimensional knowledge is here to strengthen a judge archetype that you have, protects all those who seek the truth and brings men to the contemplation of divine things. Yes, I feel like you are entering into a new cycle. You are entering into a healing cycle, and whatever's going on here, it is like a reckoning. You are having a reckoning of your life. There's like things that you were letting go of and new things that are coming online. Ha'aya rules over politicians, diplomas,
ambassadors, peace treaties and contracts in general, and influences couriers, communications, agents, and secret expeditions. The soul guardians for those born from 8:20 a.m. to 8:40 a.m. Moral guardians for those born on April 14th, June 25th, September 5th, the 16th of November, or January 27th. Physical guardian for those born from 23rd to 27th of July.
So interesting, you know, in the astrology, in the upper firmament, the 72 degrees of the upper firmament, within every decan is an angel. An angel rules over every 10 degrees. Every 10 degrees of the zodiac, there's 30 degrees of every sign. The decant is one section. There's like 3 decants of every degree of every zodiac. There's an angel, so there's 3 angels that rule every zodiac. And there is an angel for each 10 degrees, for each decant of the 3 decants of one zodiac. Okay, so very interesting. So your birth date or whatever this energy is under one of those decants. Okay. Alrighty, my dear Libras, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading, and I'll see you in the next reading, you guys. You take care. Okay, bye. Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. All right, Aquarius. Higher soul of Aquarius, great mystery, ancestors of Aquarius. Please bless Aquarius's reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom of the highest realms and the lowest realms, whatever's needed. These cards are super thick. Aquarius, messages for Aquarius. This could be sun, moon, and rising, wherever Aquarius placements are in your chart. Aquarius, Aquarius. Aquarius. Ooh, the first card out in the garbage. Seeker. So you feel like maybe someone threw you away, maybe you threw someone else away, maybe you threw away a seeker, maybe a seeker threw you away. The light attributes of the seeker: thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. The shadow attributes of the seeker is inability to commit to a path once found, because you're so busy seeking. So, okay. So both of those could be true at the same time, you know, whatever one, take it as it resonates, okay? It's either you or someone else. This is in the past. Okay, Aquarius, messages for Aquarius, messages for Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius. Okay, resistance. I don't want to sit here and have to shuffle all day and make you wait, so let's go. The next card out is the athlete. The light attributes of the athlete is dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. The shadow attributes of the athlete is misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, and a false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. Ooh, I just think of John McEnroe, the tennis player, how he would always like throw a fit and have like a temper tantrum on the tennis court, and he became known for that. He became like celebrity known because of his temper tantrums. So funny. Okay, the Fool. The light attributes of the Fool is fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. The shadow attributes of the Fool is using humor to wound rather than liberate,
and denial of your emotional truth. Okay, so take all of these as they resonate, Aquarius. The overall reading of this card is the scribe. Okay. The light attributes of the scribe is preserving knowledge and information. The dark attributes of the scribe is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. Ooh. So maybe are you copying someone, or maybe someone you feel like is copying you? Maybe you're seeing someone copying someone else entirely. Maybe this has nothing to do with you. Either way, this is the card that is supporting the entire reading. So the scribe, I'm feeling like somebody around you is entering, either you or someone else is entering into the scribe. A keeper of knowledge, a keeper of knowledge, a keeper of history. And a keeper of gnosis, not just knowledge, like not just, that's what gnosis is knowledge, but I don't just mean like knowledge, like what color is your car, or like just like general information. I'm talking like knowledge, like holy knowledge, tribal knowledge, historical knowledge, like knowledge. Okay, seeker. So somebody threw you away as a seeker, or you threw someone else who was a seeker away, but someone threw the other one away because it landed in the garbage. You thought someone else was garbage. They maybe thought you were garbage. And the cards just exploded. The two are face up. Okay. Oh my gosh. Whew, Aquarius, what's going on? The energy. I haven't done an Aquarius reading in, well, as long as all the rest of them, like the rest of the zodiac. Okay, so the Seven of Swords in reverse. So you're someone's spying on you, or you're spying on a seeker. A seeker is spying on you, or you're spying on a seeker. Whoever this was in relation to you, there's an uneasiness here. You're either listening to a scribe, or somebody in your circle is rising up to a scribe. Maybe it's you. Maybe someone's got uneasiness around you. That may be true for some of you. For others of you, you are spying on a scribe, someone who's a seeker, someone who has knowledge and is giving you uneasiness, a lot of uneasiness. Maybe someone else. Maybe you're the scribe, you're the seeker, and someone else is spying on you, and it's making them feel uneasy. Because I feel like somebody, the universe, the social conditions, someone's gift, the seeker's gift, yes, they're being honored. Someone is being recognized as a scribe, as somebody who is a keeper of knowledge, a keeper of gnosis. Yes. Okay. Oh, the Six of Wands in reverse. So I feel like you feel either that you have defeated a seeker, or a seeker has defeated you, or you're the seeker, but you feel either that you've defeated somebody else or they have defeated you. Some sort of a scribe, somebody, because there's some sort of uneasiness here. Someone spying on the other person. I feel like there was some sort of, can we get a little more here? This one's a little, tell us more, Creator. I just want a little more with this information here. Tell us more, please. What do you mean by this? Someone's innocence. The teddy bear was knocked over. So someone's innocence was affected by someone else's actions. Someone's innocence was affected by someone else's actions.
They're also medicine, the bear medicine. The bear is the medicine holder. So someone's medicine, I'm feeling like Aquarius, either you or somebody else was attacking someone else's medicine. Trying to hold someone back from healing, like, or maybe you judged somebody else. Maybe someone was judging you. There was some sort of contention, some sort of contention. Strife arising from some sort of self-assertion. So I feel like you maybe told a seeker something, and maybe someone told something, like someone said something, asserted themselves in some way, but it wasn't received. It wasn't received. But there was some sort of contention and strife that arose from something that someone released from them, some sort of confession, something that someone did, some sort of self-assertion about themselves. Maybe someone else, maybe it wasn't a confession at all. Maybe somebody sees the other person really well, and they were able to tell them, maybe you're not trustworthy, something like that. There was some sort of strife arising from unwanted self-assertion. So I'm feeling like someone was defeated. They felt defeated. Someone spying on the other person because they have a sense of uneasiness about them. Maybe they feel like, or they wanted to defeat the other person, but there's some sort of strife arisen from some sort of self-assertion. I feel like, yeah, very interesting. I don't know what that's about, but you guys know what that's about, and I'm not climbing into that anymore. Okay, athlete. Athlete, what is the athlete about? Maybe you're an athlete. Maybe you see someone else is very athletic, very in shape. Some sort of, I don't know, something here. What is the athlete? What is the athlete? What is the athlete? What is the athlete? Athlete, tell us about the athlete, please. Creator. Aquarius's higher soul, or whoever Aquarius is dealing with, please tell us about the athlete. Tell us about the athlete. Tell us about the athlete. Four of Swords, the Two of Cups, the King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to pull four because I pull four with the other one. And the Ten of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is someone else, Aquarius. I feel like could be parts of you too, though. It could be parts of you too, though. But somebody is coming through a state of rest. They went into rest after they went through some sort of uneasiness. There was some sort of competition, someone trying to win over the other person. I feel like whoever this is, somebody felt like they won over a seeker, or they defeated a seeker, something they did. I'm getting the Five of Swords energy. I don't know why, but some sort of lying, stealing, cheating, maybe for some of you. Just because the Seven of Swords in reverse here, it just feels like there is deception that was attached to that, like somebody returning to the scene of the crime to see their impact. And this person has healed, whoever, maybe you think someone is an athlete or very athletic. I feel like they went through a state of rest and then they healed their relationship with themselves. Maybe an Aquarius wants to heal with this athlete or with this person from the past, or whoever this is, they want to heal. But I feel like they don't measure up. They don't measure up. They'll be seen, they'll be detected. Or someone's healed. Maybe this person was judged very harshly as somebody who was not awake. But what you're seeing is they've healed from themselves. They've healed from a state of not awakeness, and they have ascended up out of the underworld. They are, whatever happened here, somebody was sent into the underworld, into a keeper current, through someone else's actions, possibly, maybe not. But I'm seeing somebody being sent into the underworld through some kind of Ten of Swords. Somebody was stabbed in the back, maybe by multiple people. Whoever this was, somebody treated somebody very unjustly, but it was part of the contract, because whoever this is a scribe. You don't get sent into the underworld. Whatever this happened, somebody was fucking crucified. Someone was crucified. There was an alliance formed against them. There was propaganda. There were lies said about them. There was unjust. It was unjust. It was unfair and unjust. But this is what was required for a scribe to be who they are, for this person to be molded and be put through the fire to be a scribe, to somebody that can hold the medicine. Someone who can hold the medicine. You can't hold the medicine if you've never gone through the fire. The fire will fucking burn you. Okay. What is the Fool? What is the Fool? What is the Fool? The Fool, the Fool. What is the Fool? Yes. Okay. Somebody, what they're telling me, the word that's coming through here is underdog. Excuse, pardon me. Oh, confirmation burps. Somebody was brutally treated. They were the underdog, and then people went for them. People came for them. People attacked them. They were treated horrifically by a collective. Whether this is a family, friendship, workplace, whatever. I'm feeling it's all of the above. I'm feeling it's all of the above. But it was required. It was required. Interesting. They're showing the picture of a woman with very long brown hair. I don't know if that's truly how it is, or maybe that's just how it is in the card. But in this card, this is a feminine. It doesn't have to be that way. That's just the art of the card. You could be a male Aquarius who's gone through this, who people came for you, and you went through hell. But that was required for where you are called to go, where you have a calling to, and you know it. You know it. See, I think you are one that has gone the distance. You were called. Many people did not answer this call. They pretended they didn't hear it. Oh my gosh, they pretended they didn't hear it, but you heard it. Not only did you hear it, but you answered. You answered the call. Very interesting. Now what's happening is somebody is watching somebody like the underdog who was the seeker, who was also very athletic. Maybe in there's some sort of going into an athletic career, or maybe that's just maybe they have a very athletic build. They naturally have a very beautiful body. But someone is watching somebody come up out of the underworld, overcome a horrific series of actions toward them. They have overcome this. They have a relationship to the underworld, and now they are starting out. And the mask has come off. The mask has come off. They are revealing themselves as they truly are, and I'm feeling like it is the scribe. Whether this is you or who you're watching, or who you will know of. Ooh, that card went in the garbage too. Okay, 7 of Cups in reverse, and that went into the garbage. So I'm feeling like whoever this is has dealing with their illusions, emptying out, pouring out illusions that are no longer true. Like they're pouring it into the soil of their psyche as if it's fertilizer, because it is like dead. You know, often when I trim the leaves off my plants, I will cut the leaves up into tiny bits and sprinkle it into the earth and mix it all in so it replenishes the soil within the plant. So that's what I'm seeing, is somebody taking the illusions that no longer serve them and mixing them into the soil of their psyche, bringing in the nutrients and good bacteria into the soil of their psyche, growing what is true. Not replenishing, but nourishing what is true, feeding what is true, feeding what is wanting to be birthed into their life, into this fool's life, or into this new endeavor. 3 more cards, please. The Hanged Woman, the Queen of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Somebody has emptied themselves out. But I'm feeling, Aquarius, like whatever new endeavor this is, whoever this is, you or somebody else, somebody is very protective of their new beginning. They're also looking at the people around them who could not give of themselves, who didn't even believe in them. Somebody has proved everybody wrong about who they are. They are incredibly generous. They are protecting their resources, and they are, all they're saying is if you're going to come toward this person, you better come right. You know, in the Hermetic deck, the Queen of Swords has someone's head in her hands. She fucking cut off his head. So whoever this is somebody, man or a woman, who is incredibly shrewd. They have lost, their king has died. The king is something that is external, outward, something that was protecting this person, providing for this person, whether it was a job, a person, a place, a thing, whatever, something died within this person. Maybe it was a myriad of things. And in order for this person not to lose the reign on themselves, on their own soul, they had to become that king. They had to evolve into that aspect. Whatever this was, whatever you went through that was brutal, was tearing down from you what no longer worked, either in you or in someone else, so that they can grow and become who they are meant to be, who they are called to be, some kind of a scribe. Okay, what is the lower dimensional knowledge with this energy, with this reading creator? The lower and they are protecting their resources. This person is incredibly abundant. Yes. And because they spend time in the underworld, prairie dog, they burrow in the underground. So whenever there is predators around, birds or cats or whatever, predator, some sort of predator, prairie dogs can burrow back into the underworld. So I'm feeling that whoever this is has a very powerful connection to the underworld. They have spent a lot of time there, whether they grew up there, whatever, but they have spent a lot of time there. Now the underworld is the truth that holds this person up. It holds them up now. This person is like a shaman, has come into their shamanic capacity. I feel, Aquarius, whatever's happened here in this brutality at the start was the what is connected to this underworld energy, the energy that maybe cast this person into the underworld, but somebody was, okay, there it is. That's weird. I didn't see that happen. Somebody has a contract with this energy and is coming out of a keeper current. Okay, let's see this card, a little bit of light here. This corresponds to the Nine of Wands. This is Valak. This is number 62. Oh, she's got her head on dragons. Look at her feet are on the dragons' heads. Oh, incredible. Ooh, I can't wait to see what this card is. That's cool. Okay, and the angelic, the higher dimensional knowledge, please. Higher dimensional knowledge, higher dimensional knowledge. Just one, please, the top one, okay? Okay. Achea. This corresponds to the Five of Pentacles. This is the forbearing God. This card, this higher dimensional knowledge is associated with patience, reveals secrets of nature, and spreads knowledge and industry. Yes, 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 yes. Spreads knowledge like the scribe and industry. This patience reveals secrets of nature, just like the scribe does. So whatever this is, whatever this person is, they have overcome their own demons. They've overcome their own demons. Okay, number 62. Number 62. Valak. Okay, Valak. The fear revealer. Oh, the fear revealer. Exposing what hides beneath anxiety and illusion. How this lower dimensional knowledge, how this energy sabotages you and somebody else is through imagined fears imagined threats and fear-driven projections. Yes, fear-driven. And I'm feeling that's what somebody carried, was everyone else's projection of them. Like it was like a soul assassin. Someone had a soul assassin that like assassinated their soul, but it was what was required for their work, their higher work. Very powerful. The lower dimensional, the sovereignty that you get once you lay hold of this lower dimensional energy and develop a relationship with it is courage through clarity. So the entanglement points are anxiety loops, mistrust, survival fear, and fear narratives. This lower dimensional energy initiates you into your life by naming fear so that it loses power. So you naming a thing, that's when you're diagnosing it, okay? This card corresponds to the Seven of Cups. Again, Seven of Cups, illusions. Somebody poured those, that's what I mean. They have overcome their illusions. They've overcome their fear. They have fully stepped into their scribe energy. Absolutely. Seven of Cups, the Moon, and Pisces. The mantra of this card is, I name fear and reclaim clarity. A force within you reveals hidden fears so illusions can dissolve into understanding. Okay, so what I'm getting, Aquarius, is that there's a part of you that connects to this scribe. Either you yourself don't feel like you deserve this energy or that you have a connection to it. I think you're afraid of your entire life having to change if you connect to it. But something is holding you back. That's what I mean. It's like you pretended you didn't hear a call because of your fear. Maybe this is either for you or for someone else. But I feel like you're watching someone else answer the call. You've watched someone else go through fucking hell. Absolute fucking hell. Be betrayed by everyone around them. And now they are rising up. They are rising up in their true calling. I'm feeling like this is big energy. This is not just anybody, okay? All right, what is the number of that card? It's number 7. Okay, good. Let me go to my own correspondence. Okay, Chaya, the forbearing God. Okay, so this is the moon and mercurial patience, the high priestess. Oh, the major arcana resonance, the high priestess. The minor arcana resonance is the 7 of Pentacles. This is the intelligence of patience. So whoever this was incredibly patient, who went through hell. Maybe you watch somebody for like go through almost like a decade of hell and you watch them rise up. But I feel like I'm hearing one of you say, I could never do that. I could never do that. That's what I mean. That's the fear, this hope that holds you back. That's the fear that holds you back. Okay, so this angel, this higher dimensional knowledge reveals truth through stillness and observation. This higher dimensional knowledge governs hidden knowledge and slows revelation. It strengthens discernment over impulse, teaches timing as wisdom, and supports long-term understanding. Okay, so it also means deep insight gained through patience, trust in natural timing, quiet mastery and observation, inner knowing before outer proof, and strategic restraint. So how this shadow, what this higher dimensional knowledge is asking you to face within yourself is what is rushed cannot mature. So I'm feeling like somebody wants to compete with the scribe and wants to hurry their way there. Wants to hurry their way so they can compete with you, and it cannot be matured. Somebody went the full circuitous way. Circuitous, like the full circle, the full circuit, circuitous. The painful and circuitous way. And somebody does not want to go that way. They want to hurry and get this done and pop out and be like, see, I'm the same. Somebody is like competitive. Initiatory teaching of this card, Akaya initiates soul into temporal intelligence, the wisdom of when. This angel teaches that mastery is often invisible and that true power develops quietly before it manifests. So that's what I mean. Whoever was put through hell and cast into the underworld, developed who they are quietly and is now emerging like Calypso. You know how Calypso rose up in the ocean as this fucking giant? That's what I'm seeing. In Aquarius, I feel like you're seeing this. You're seeing like somebody has overcome themselves. They have overcome their own dragons. Somebody speaks of the darkness like they have authority over it because they've been through it. They have transcended their own inner hell. I'm feeling like this is not this person's only time, whether this is you or someone else, Aquarius. This is not the only time you've been cast into, this person's been cast into the underworld. I feel like whoever this person is, they are very acquainted with the underworld. Whoever this is, they are being watched by the people around them very, very closely. Okay, that was like the fastest reading I've done. Boom, bing, bang. All right, man, I'm going to leave this reading here, Aquarius. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. And I hope this was useful and helpful, and I'll see you in the next reading. Alrighty.